Hi, hello. My name is Anand. In this program, I want to create an awareness on cyber security. That is, I'll be focusing more on the certified ethical hacking. Okay, I am certified in ethical hacking, basically with the EC Council, and also I did my forensics. I'm a certified instructor also. So let me preview what cybersecurity is. This is my agenda, why cybersecurity, and I'll also be discussing on career opportunities. So most of you might be interested how to get into to know about this, how to get into cyber security, and I'll also be focusing about the prospects of certified ethical hackers, that is CEH. The latest one is this version 11, and also the modules which will be covering. So in this CEH also, once we complete what this you shall be learning also will be covered, and finally I'll be previewing about the exam, how to take up the exam. So let me first go ahead why this cyber security is really necessary. See, as this slide shows about, you can see the cyber crime. In each country, about 6 major factors why they share on this cyber crime. That is like on malicious computer activity, and also the spams of zombies, and also phishings. These are all contribution of cyber crimes. United States of America is 23%, and India also is in about 11th rank. You can see, so this is more reason why the cyber security is very essential. So first let me discuss about what is cyber security. Cyber security has number of definitions, but the most way where you can understand is cyber security is the practice of protecting systems, network and programs from digital attacks. So these cyber attacks are usually aimed at accessing, changing or destroying sensitive information, extorting money from users. It can be money, it can be value also, or interrupting normal business process. So this way the attackers gain. So why cyber security? So this course which we are into, this why the cyber security. A lack of focus on cyber security can damage your business. So there is a huge necessary to recruit the cyber security administrators. The very reason is that they have to basically see that their business is running at all times without disruption. You can see this, these are the factors like economic costs, thefts of intellectual property, very sensitive information, corporate information, disrupting in trade, and the cost of preparing that. This becomes very high. More importantly, is the reputation, loss of consumer trust. Once the reputation is lost, the trust is lost. So loss of current and future customers to competitors. Once if anyone knows that so and so website is hacked, or so and so is having some problem in the website or anything else, so then naturally the clients can move to the nearest competitor who. And also the more other important is the regulatory costs. Like you can see GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation, and other data breach laws means that your organization could suffer from regulatory fines or sanctions as a result of cyber crimes. Most importantly, people may say, I was not aware, I am not aware of this. So in order to reduce such type of thoughts, the cyber security is a very much fundamental requirement for every website or for any organizational requirements. Okay, so the career opportunities also I'll be discussing. Jobs in the cybersecurity field are growing very fast. I tell you, before 2010 or maybe 2014, the jobs were very less, very less. But now, the US Bureau of Labor Statistics predicts that the jobs for information security analysts will grow by 28% between 2020 to 26. That's more than twice as fast as average computer related, times as fast as American jobs in general. Companies are willing to pay 6 figures for an experienced cyber warrior. The typical information security analyst, it can be as good as $1 lakh or maybe near more. You can see it's almost near to $50 per hour if it is a. So this is the, I mean, potential. This is what we can see is most of the members who take up this opportunity can really benefit out of it and establish a very good career for the upcoming, I mean, cyber industry. Okay, so this is a question: why do people hack? It can be interesting, yes. It can be for money, fame, and even to loss of reputation. Some people may say it's a fun to show off that I can do. This is amateur people. Hack other systems secretly, notify many people that, oh, I thought like that, steal important information, destroy enemy's computer network during the war. So there can be many other reasons also. So the ultimate thing is that once if people hacks, the privacy is lost. So to ensure that this course of ethical hacking is designed, and of course it is well established for all the cybersecurity professionals. So what is ethical hacking? Also called as penetration testing. You might be hearing all these type of words: white hat hacking or red teaming. So some people may ask, sir, ethical hacking is legal? Yes, it is legal. You are learning in a proper format. Okay. Permission is always obtained from the target before doing any kind of hacking exercises. So that's why it's legal. Part of overall security program. Okay. Identify vulnerabilities. What you are going to do in ethical hacking? You are going to identify vulnerabilities visible from the internet. You will learn any kind of new vulnerabilities which are coming across. Sites like OWASP, etc. will tell you that these are the new vulnerabilities, and also how you can keep up the websites away from all the vulnerabilities. Ethical hacker possess the same skills, mindsets, and tools of a hacker, but the attacks are done in a non-destructive manner. This is the basic and fundamental difference between a hacker and an ethical hacker. Hacker does everything for destruction. Ethical hacker does for non-destruction, that is constructive. So hacking is a process of breaking into systems for personal or commercial gain. It can be money or value. Malicious content, they inject something like a code or a signature which enters into your system, and further it damages your system by making it not available, conforming to accepted professional standards of conduct. Okay, so now I will classify. There are three type of hackers: white hat hackers, black hat, and grey hat. Most of you might be aware of this particular concept, but still, a white hat is nothing but a ethical hackers, whereas a black hat is a villain or a bad guy. Especially in a Western movie, like such a character would stereotypically wear a black hat and show that he is doing something destructive, like that. So black hat are considered as hackers, whereas white hat considered as ethical hackers. And gray is basically like in between, refers to as a skilled hacker whose activities fall somewhere between white and black. They change according to the time and situation. So these are called as gray hat hackers. Okay. So now why do we need ethical hacking? So as I mentioned, that protection is again, privacy is again a very important from a possible external attacks. So these are some of the attacks which are most popular as of now in the current IT environment. Okay, it can be in the corporate world also. You can see organizational attacks. You can see social engineering, where people sit beside you, learn everything. They send the data to some competitors. So this is social engineering, like many attacks like tailgating or maybe dumpster diving. So all these things are social engineering. Automated attacks like bots, okay. Denial of service is again a very important one. They make the system unavailable. Virus, true horses and worms. So this basically, virus is nothing but a program which replicates on its own and makes the system unavailable. Whereas your Trojan is an entry from the backdoor. So these all are malicious, which needs to be suppressed. So these things are make the data unavailable to the organization. So these things needs to be protected. So accidental breach in the security. Okay. So this is all I mean the major threats to the information technology or even to the clients who work across 24/7. So this again is a question which most of them get. What do hackers do after hacking? They'll do many things. Of course, this is something related to technology. So they'll patch a security hole. So that at any point of time they can enter into the system. Okay, so clear the logs. They'll even try to create some other changes in the log files and say that they are not the people who has done. Someone else has done, and hide themselves. Like install the rootkits, especially in the mobile phones. Once you have routing done, so attacker can come at any point of time. You will be losing many sensitive information like cookies or even your sensitive information like your passwords. The hacker who hacked the system can use the system later, so thereby maintaining access. So it contains trojans, virus, and so on. So some people even IRC, internet chats related programs like all this kind of IRC, pitch, egg drop, etc. So and the other things like exploiting programs, denial of service programs. So what automatically the system degrades itself. So use of all installed programs silently. Okay. So all these things you will be learning. So moreover, I say that you should think outside the box. Critical thinking is essential, very essential. Think outside the box. Think like a hacker, the cyber criminal. Find ways to open vulnerabilities by thinking outside the box. Cyber warriors must question everything and make use of tools made available to them. How does the technology work? A cyber warrior must have a good foundation of how each piece of technology works. How do network work? How do the operating system behave? How can I make the technology work in a way that is not designed? How does the applications really interact each other? Front end, back end, how does it interact? Analyze and understand the technology's policies, applications, and people who use them. When you discover a vulnerability or weakness in a system, then you have to determine the best course of action to reach a solution to protect the environment. Okay, this is all which is essentially needed for a cybersecurity, professional. So not only along with that, people ask, sir, what do I need to learn about the technologies? Yeah, you have to learn many things if you want to become a professional. So these are all the additional technologies which are upcoming and which are very much in demand as of now. Like one of them is the IoT. Know how these devices function can be hacked, because it may be questioned that you can enter into through the camera into the corporate network also. So these things happen. You can even hack a IP phone and then enter into the corporate network. So we have to learn about IoT. Yes, a security breach can happen through a smart light bulb also today. So people are using smart lights, where in short, wherever IP is there, you have to monitor and protect the sensitive information. The cloud, as many organizations, including the federal government, are moving to the cloud, they are finding that these cloud-based systems can also be hacked. Okay, encryption technology like cryptography, credit card companies, financial institutions, government agencies, okay, need the skill of the cybersecurity specialist to keep their networks hacker-proof. Deep learning, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. So these technologies are rapidly changing. AI can also be used to detect threats and other potentially malicious activities. Okay, so now we are coming into how to get into the cybersecurity. So there are many vendors who keep constantly working on the technologies and they keep updations. So these technologies will drive you and to enter into the cybersecurity industry. So even though the order is not numbered, it is basically from CompTIA. You have a Security Plus, which is very much in demand, like CEH from EC Council, Certified Ethical Hacker. So this is world's famous, which has come across from 2001 onwards. So till now, 11 is currently been running. So this is again, I'll be describing a little bit more about cyber CEH in detail. CISM, Certified Information Security Manager. CISSP, this is a bit, professional basically, like Certified Information Security, System Security Professional. CCSP, Cloud Security Professional. So these are all various kind of vendors who provide training on cyber security. Along with training, there is certification also. So now I'll be focusing more on EC Council CEH. What is CEH? CEH is nothing but Certified Ethical Hacker. This is a kind of associate level training and certification, or you can also say an entry to the industry, cybersecurity industry. Whoever is having passion or whoever wants to make a career in this industry, I would just simply say that sign up this particular course, learn, and then attain this certification on cybersecurity, the CEH, so that you can be a part of the global cybersecurity industry. There are a number of opportunities available. So, the version 11 has come across in 2020. So there are some additional changes which has been made, which has been done. So I'll be briefing about the CHV11, a little bit module contents, later slides. Okay. So you see this. This is one of the biggest question, which what kind of job roles do I get once after I do the CH? You can see this. Network security engineer, security analyst, network engineer, senior security consultant, ethical hacker, information security manager, penetration tester, solution architect, cyber security consultant, compliance analyst, or maybe infosec security administrator, security analyst, vulnerability assessment analyst, cyber defense analyst, IT security administrator, cyber security auditor, mid-level information assurance security audit. So many more. There can be even mentioned as simple as a security administrator. So these kind of roles across the globe, basically they require. The only aim is to protect the cyber industry. Okay. So now, when I move ahead a little bit more or drill down into the CEH V11, so these are the 20 modules which are currently being taught. The first is that we generally, as an ethical EC Council instructor, I can also say that these 20 modules will really help you to enter into the cybersecurity industry once you complete your training and also your certification. So these are the current course features. So we start with introduction to ethical hacking, I mean how internet is organized, etc. Then later on, we move ahead to footprinting and reconnaissance. So this is all a kind of pre-hacking phase. So a hacker basically tries to understand the network using these footprinting tools or even reconnaissance tools. So there are several tools which we undergo. I mean, a lot of practicals are being oriented along with this course. It's not only theory, we have hands-on with more than 50 practicals and more in each level. You have, I mean, once you know about this reconnaissance, footprinting, we move to the scanning networks. This is again an important pre-hacking phase where we have tools like Nmap, etc., where you need to learn about the scanning of various kind of ports, or maybe banner grabbing, or maybe even what we call as a ping scan, or many kind of scans which are available. For this enumeration is a little bit deeper to scanning. Vulnerability analysis, here we learn about what is a vulnerability and also various kind of corporate vulnerability tools like maybe Nessus or maybe Acunetics, tools like Burpsuit, etc. So here we ask student to do a kind of scans and bring out a scan report. That is a very much important thing. So people do ask about vulnerability analysis and penetration testing during interviews. So this is a very important phase in scanning. And now we are moving to the hacking phase, system, how to hack. I mean, a kind of Windows operating system, which like it can be Windows 7 or it can be Windows 10 or whatever it is. So with vulnerabilities, and we see that once the vulnerabilities are fixed, how it is protected. Okay, we also do many kind of exercises using this Linux, the Kali Linux or Parrot Linux. Okay, as it contains all more or less the hacking tools. Okay, so now the seventh module is the malware threats. Eighth module is sniffing. So malware threats, or maybe the kind of threats, how to basically Trojans. We learn about various kind of Trojans, and also we explore some important websites like maybe National Vulnerability Database or NIST. So again, we learn about sniffing. We go to kind of tools like in sniffing, the Wireshark. We capture the packets, and we will try to learn about the packet headers. The entire TCP/IP is learned from there, and then we also go through the packet headers and also see the vulnerabilities kind of protocols and ports which create the vulnerabilities in this sniffing. Ninth is the social engineering. Social engineering is, again, we have some exercises here. We learn about the risk ratings about various kind of websites, and also we learn about what is phishing. What is, again, we create a phishing based websites, and then we learn about how to hack website using all these exercises. What we are doing is in the classroom, we do in a private environment. Nothing we are supposed to do in a public internet website until unless the permission is given. So next is the denial of service, DOS. Okay, so DOS, basically, like, we learn about various kind of DOS attacks, DDoS attacks, and of course we learn about these bots, how basically it troubles the network. Which, okay, the next is that you can learn about the session hijacking. We learn about tools from Burp Suite. We try to make a proxy, and then how to edit the cookies, and then how to do a malware, how to create a malware in the session hijacking. Okay, in module 12, we learn about this IDS. IDS is nothing but intruder detection system. We try to learn about some kind of tools, where you can write alerts for, it can be maybe a port, it can be an activity, it can be a browsing, something like that. So, and also we learn about this IPS, and also firewalls, and also a bit of honeypots. The next 13th one is hacking web servers, hacking web applications, SQL injection. These all are very, very important and very much in demand in the industry. So we learn about hacking web servers using, tools like maybe a DVWA or Metasploit, etc. So where you can create your own, where you are creating your own scripts for hacking, like a cross-site scripting attack, a CSRF attack, or injection attack. So all this kind of training one has to go through, especially once you want to become a penetration tester. So, and added contents like mobile platform and wireless networks and IoT. IoT is the new one which has been added in version 11. So you can see this. In a mobile platform, we will be learning about the technologies in Android or maybe in iPhone, and later we'll also do about how to hack a mobile phone. And wireless networks, we'll also learn about how wireless work, and wireless security. Okay, this is very, very important. We learn about WPA or WEP, a kind of wireless security, and then we try to hack using the tools like AeroDump or AeroCrack. Okay, IoT is Internet of Things. So this is very much in demand as of now. So we will be learning about the essentials of IoT, and also the terms which are relatively how you can do a vulnerability assessment even in IoT hacking also. The cloud computing. Cloud is also we will be learning about fundamentals like IaaS or PaaS or SaaS, and then we will also do a kind of vulnerability testings, and we will see various kind of vulnerabilities inside the cloud, and thereby mitigate the vulnerabilities to protect the cloud-based websites also. Cryptography is again a very, very important technology along with your cybersecurity, where you learn on the symmetric algorithms, asymmetric algorithms, and also the most important one is the hashing. So these are all the 20 modules which really covers most of the cybersecurity associate level contents. Okay, I'll be a little bit briefing about what are all the things which you are going to learn. So these are the key issues using, the information security world, ethical hacking, information security controls, the laws and standards, performing footprinting and reconnaissance using the latest footprinting techniques and tools as critical pre-attack phase required in ethical hacking. Okay, so these are all the points which are available in ecouncil.org. Vulnerability analysis is very, very important to identify security loopholes in the target organization and network communication infrastructure and end systems. So you see here system hacking methodologies. Steganography is again a very, very the art of hiding. So you learn about how to hide files, like a data inside an image file, or it can be a file inside a file, and covering tracks to discover them and using this network vulnerabilities. Different type of malwares, packet sniffing, social engineering, DOS and DDoS, session hijacking. So these are all the things which you are going to learn. web server attacks, web application attacks, SQL injection, wireless encryptions, mobile platform, firewall, cloud computing concepts. We will be exploring about fundamentally about the cloud computing, and then we will be exploring like it can be from Amazon or Microsoft Azure or something like that. We will focus a little bit more what type of vulnerabilities can exist in the cloud computing concepts, like a penetration testing. This is very, very important. Security audit, vulnerability assessment. You need to know about how to generate a report. Finally, threats to IoT and OT, operational technology platforms, and learn how to defend IoT and OT securely. Okay, so these are all the elements which you learn in cyber security about all the 20 modules which are there. So now let me tell you about the exam. So EC Council, basically, once you complete your course, you can start preparing for exam. So this exam, the first level is called as the CEH. Okay, once this is only a theoretical exam where you have about 125 questions, ABCDs, multiple choice. So once you complete about, on an average, if you get about 70%, you shall be qualified. And then if you want to prove yourself a little bit more, you can go to the practical 6 hours exam, which is completely practical, proctor monitored. So once you have this, you will be called as CH master. No doubt, no doubt. Should I do CH practical compulsory to get the CH? No. Once you complete your CEH, you'll be getting your CH certificate. If you do on top of that, if you have your practical skills more or challenging, you can do the CEH practical, which is again more widely accepted in the industry. So then you become a CH master. Okay. So this is the exam information. So you have about 125 questions as explained. So you can take your exam through ECC or even EC Council exam portal or through VUE. These are the two ways which you can write your exam. So once you complete your exam, you'll get a certificate for 3 years validity. So this is about the contents of the exam. So okay, now let me focus about some small information on what to do when a website is hacked. So check and see if the hacker has changed your password. So this is a small technical tip how you can basically protect your website. Bring the site immediately down, contact your host provider and let them know that you are having a problem. Alert your affiliates, all your filaments who are in the project, assess the damage, put a recovery plan into action, alert the authorities. These are the immediate steps which you should do when the website is hacked. So these are very much important. So what you need to do continuously is back up your website often, change your passwords regularly with password policies, monitor your site often to see that if anyone is, monitoring means you can do a kind of scanning like from the tools, vulnerability scanning, and see that vulnerabilities do not exist. Keep your software up to date. Be cautious about third-party scripts. Don't try until unless if it is absolutely necessary. Oh, this is a freeware, I can do it, I can download that, like nothing like that. Especially if it is a production server. Keep your local hard drive free from virus and Trojan horse. Be careful when you are using public Wi-Fi's. Okay, these are all things which will be taught along in your course. Be careful of what information you store on your computer. So these are some generic do's and don'ts for a website. So in this my program of this presentation, I have covered more or less what is cybersecurity and why cybersecurity is needed, a very important item in the cyber industry. And also we have learned about how the learning pattern of cybersecurity from EC Council and various other certification agencies. And yes, what are all the modules which we are going to learn and how to go ahead for the examination. If you still have any questions, please drop an email. My mail ID anand.ke@live.com. And thank you once again for this short session on the cyber security. Again, I shall meet with a different kind of presentation. Thank you. Bye.